Hello my dear students, welcome to our GSS Chemistry channel. In today's class, we are going to discuss certain compounds, their preparations and their uses. Mostly these compounds are prepared from common salt. Those compounds are like sodium hydroxide, sodium bicarbonate, sodium carbonate, bleaching powder. Along with these four, we have to study one more compound, that is plaster of Paris. These are prescribed in your syllabus. Today, this is the 14th part of acids, bases and salts. We are going to discuss sodium hydroxide now. Sodium hydroxide is first A group metallic hydroxide. All the first A group metallic hydroxides are called bases. Water soluble, all are completely water soluble. So water soluble bases are called alkalis. And that is why first A group metallic hydroxides are called alkalis. One point to remember, sodium hydroxide solution is also called alkali. Next point, if you take the sodium chloride is highly soluble in water, sodium chloride aqueous solution if you take, that is otherwise known as brine solution. Sodium chloride aqueous solution is also called brine solution, B-R-I-N-E, brine. Using that brine solution, we can prepare sodium hydroxide. Procedure is electrolysis. Aqueous solution of sodium chloride will be having sodium ions and chloride ions. When the solution contains ions, it is able to conduct electricity through it. You can easily pass the electric current through it, and through the passage of the electric current through the electrolytic solution, two products will be obtained at the two electrodes. One is anode, other one is cathode. Anode, the electrode where always oxidation takes place. Cathode, the electrode where always reduction takes place. So that means in the electrolysis, redox reaction will be taking place. So now, you can see electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride, that is also called brine solution, gives chlorine at the anode and sodium hydroxide and hydrogen at the cathode. So electrolysis of brine solution is giving three products. One is chlorine, other one is hydrogen, third one is sodium hydroxide. Chlorine is collected at the anode, hydrogen and sodium hydroxide will be collected, hydrogen is a gas, and sodium hydroxide solution is left at the cathode and that can be collected. This is the preparation of sodium hydroxide solution. Now, if you want to represent the equation, you are taking a sodium chloride solution. Sodium chloride plus 2H2O, this is called brine solution. This is what you call brine solution. That is brine solution. And this brine solution is taken in an electrolytic cell and the electricity is passed there, and thereby it undergoes electrolysis. Lysis means breakage. When the breakage is taking place through electricity, it is called electrolysis. And sodium chloride plus H2O will be converted into sodium hydroxide, hydrogen and chlorine. Chlorine gas will be collected at the anode. Sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas will be collected at the cathode. So this is the balanced equation. Now directly you can write 2NaCl plus 2H2O, okay. Upon electrolysis gives you sodium hydroxide 2NaOH plus H2, this is at the cathode, and chlorine gas at the anode. So sodium hydroxide from the formed at the cathode can be collected easily. This is also called chlor-alkali process. Chlor-alkali process. Why is it called chlor-alkali process? Let us know. At anode, chlorine is obtained, chlor. At the cathode, along with the hydrogen, sodium hydroxide is obtained. Sodium hydroxide is also you can call alkali. Both chlorine and alkali are produced in the same process. Chlorine will be used for different purposes. Sodium hydroxide can be used for different purposes because it is a base. Chlorine is an oxidizing agent. So, those are used for different purposes. Both are obtained in the same process. That is why this is called chlor-alkali process. So as chlorine is formed at the anode and sodium hydroxide is formed at the cathode, this procedure is also called chlor-alkali process. Alright. Up to this extent, this is okay. And if you consider the uses, some of the uses you have to remember, when the time arises, we will discuss the uses thoroughly. At present, just you have to mention the use. It is used in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. What is meant by soap? Soap is nothing but RCOONA minus plus. This is soap. What is detergent? RSO3 minus Na plus. Sodium salt of the sulfuric acid. That is detergent. Right? Soap and detergent. In the preparation of these, you have to use sodium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide is used in the preparation of, in the manufacture of soaps and detergents. Okay? That is one part is over. This is part, one part is over. Next one. It is also used in the paper making, paper industry. Sodium hydroxide is also used in the paper industry. Of course, you need not study all the procedure, how the paper is made. Paper pulp, decolorization of the paper pulp. That means bleaching action should be there for the paper pulp. Otherwise, brown paper will be obtained. If you want to get the white sheet, it is to be decolorized. All this is the procedure in the preparation of papers from paper industry. Sodium hydroxide is also used. Apart from that, it is also used in the preparation of fibers, artificial fibers. Not natural fibers. Artificial means synthetic. You can take silk. Silk is obtained from silkworm. That is natural. You can take wool. Wool obtained from animal. That is natural. But if you take synthetic fibers like terylene, like nylon 6, nylon 6,6, all these are polymers. Only fiber character they are having. And all these can be censored in the laboratory for that purpose. Sodium hydroxide is also used. And so, sodium hydroxide is used in the preparation of artificial fibers. Right? So, these are all the advantages and uses of sodium hydroxide. Okay? Up to this extent it is okay. Now, let us know something about the mechanism of electrolysis. That is more interesting, of course, not mentioned in syllabus. This can be treated as the extra syllabus. This is also not mentioned extra. Now, let us try to understand the mechanism of electrolysis of brine solution you are taking here. And generally, chlorine as well as sodium hydroxide are prepared by a method which is called Nelson's method, where you are using Nelson's cell. You are using Nelson's cell, Nelson's electrolytic cell, and this is called Nelson method. When the electrolysis takes place, always you have to mention the electrolyte first. What is the electrolyte here? What is the electrolyte? Brine solution, right? Brine solution. And then you have to mention the anode cathode also. That is sufficient if you know what is the anode, what is the cathode. Anode, graphite rod. Anode is graphite rod. Carbon rod. Graphite is conductor of electricity. Mention a non-metal which can conduct electricity is graphite. Carbon electrotropic modification. Anode is represented by positive sign, so it is positive electrode. Anode is positive electrode, and anode is that electrode where always oxidation takes place. Where always oxidation takes place. Okay. So this is graphite rod, positive electrode. Similarly, you can take a cathode. What is the cathode used here? Perforated steel U-tube. Perforated steel U-tube. Perforated steel U-tube is used as cathode. And the cathode means negative. So this is negative electrode. Here where at cathode is that electrode where always reduction takes place. So here always reduction takes place. That means if you consider the total reaction, that is nothing but the redox reaction. That is nothing but the redox reaction. In the electrolysis, always redox reaction takes place. Reduction products will be obtained at the cathode, oxidation products will be obtained at the anode. And once again, you have to remember how to remember the charge of the electrodes. Anode, why you are assigning positive charge for the anode? There is the one point you have to remember, anion, anode. Anion moves towards anode. Cation, cathode. Cation moves towards cathode. Cation is positive and therefore cathode is negative. Anion is negative. So the electrode to which the anode travels is nothing but the anode. Anode is positive. Anion negative means anode is positive. Because like charges, cation cannot move to the electrode where the positive charge is assigned. Repulsion takes place. If there is to be attraction, positive and negative, or negative and positive, that should be the assignment. So cathode is positive, negative electrode, anode is positive electrode, oxidation reduction will be taking place. And now you have to study just mechanism. What is the mechanism here? Just we have to study the mechanism for this electrolysis. Right? Let us study the mechanism. 2NaCl, aqua, H2O will be in the form of 2Na plus aqua, aqua means water molecules, plus 2Cl minus, this is aqua. So these are the ions obtained in the brine solution. Due to the presence of ions, it is a conductor velocity. And now this is the cation, moves towards cathode, and this is the anion, moves towards anode. At the anode, loss of electrons, at the cathode, gain of electrons. And you have to write what is the process that is taking place at anode and cathode. Here I am writing at anode. What is taking place? Nothing but oxidation, right? Here, chloride ion is traveling towards the anode. There it loses 2 electrons and it will be converted into chlorine gas. That is converted into chlorine gas, which can be collected. Okay, this is the oxidation. Loss of electrons, oxidation. Now, you have to consider at cathode. At cathode, always reduction takes place. Reduction means gain of electrons. Sodium ions will be traveling towards the cathode. If it takes 2 electrons, sodium metal is to be obtained. Metal is not obtained here. And that is the point of explanation, of course. Remember here, in H2O, H2O can be represented in this manner. H2O means H plus OH minus ions. Both the ions collectively present in it. It will be the combination of H plus and OH minus ions. So the H plus ions of the water molecules will be taking the electrons but not the sodium ions. That is the peculiarity here. In the electrochemistry chapter you will know why it is so happening. You have to compare. And so here it is not the sodium ion which is taking the electrons at the cathode. It is the H plus ion of the water molecule. And so here 2H2 I am writing plus 2 electrons. These 2 H plus ions from water molecules will be taking plus 2 electrons and it will be converted into H2 gas, releasing 2 OH minus. So this is obtained at cathode. What about these OH minus ions? Side by side I am writing, or here I am writing 2Na plus 2OH minus will give you 2NaOH. That is all. This is at cathode. This is the mechanism. And here you have to take the perforated steel U-tube, lined inside with the diaphragm, in which the brine solution is taken. Steel U-tube will be acting as the cathode. In the brine solution, graphite rods is dipped, which is acting as anode. The terminals of these two will be connected to the battery and current is passed in it. And thereby this mechanism will be taking place. Chlorine is obtained at the anode and hydrogen gas is obtained along with sodium hydroxide at the cathode. This is the reactions taking place. Okay? Please note it. Please note it. At cathode, the reactions are not visible, so it is coming downwards. I am writing here once again. Once again, I am writing the reactions for this. Places to be given to write all those. I am mapping it out just to write the steps, these two steps once again. These are repeated. Just see, here I am writing at the top. At the top I am writing so that it is clearly visible. At cathode, reduction takes place, right? There it is the 2H2O, H plus ions of the water molecules taking the electrons and will be converted into H2 gas plus releasing OH minus ions, and these OH minus ions will be combining with the sodium ions, giving you sodium hydroxide. Actually, this is not visible. I had written the reaction at the cathode here. Please refer. See, in this way, we can write completely the mechanism, which is extra syllabus. Of course, out of interest, I informed you this matter. You can try also for other electrolytes, what is happening there, what are the products obtained there. Okay. This is the completion of sodium hydroxide and its uses, and this is the mechanism, which is the extra beta. And here, part 14 is completed. In the part 15, we are going to discuss some other compounds like bleaching powder, like sodium bicarbonate, like sodium bicarbonate or carbonate, or gypsum salt, Epsom salt, plaster of Paris. Whatever compounds are mentioned in the syllabus, we will discuss. Okay. Thank you very much for your kind watching of my video lecture. Thank you.